Universal Orlando Resort. Boy, oh boy, has it been a year, and what a year we have to look forward to. In this episode of the Universal Show, we're going to be talking about some highlights from 2024 and all the stuff we have to look forward to in 2025 here at Universal Orlando Resort. Hello, everybody. I am Ryno, and joining me today, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Oh, I'm Hannah.
This inside joke is hilarious. And then we also have Chol Ferrara.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Theme park correspondent.
My little lingonberry.
My little lingonberry. She's joining us from the furniture store. So this all stemmed from a joke where I mispronounced someone's name once, and then Chloe loves ham. And so we decided we were going to take on Swedish personalities. If you are Swedish, we're sorry to offend you. But
yeah, give us some acting lessons, some voice lessons.
These awful accents and everything that we do here are brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out. DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Look forward to these outtakes and much more. You can check out some of the exclusive content you can get from different members of the DIS team over at patreon.com/DISUnlimited. All right. So it's been a couple weeks since we've had a Universal show. It's been some busy time here at Ye Old Studio. At Ye Old DIS Unlimited, but we wanted to make sure that we had a Universal show before the end of the year because obviously we love Universal Studios. So I thought it would be fun to talk about some highlights for us that we had in 2024 and then talk about all the things that we have to look forward to in 2025, which is quite a bit. But 2024, when we think back, what? Oh, I left my Jiminy Glick glasses on the other table. What do you think of when I say 2024? Is there a Universal highlight that pops out at you?
I mean, I'm going to say the same one as you. I went to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time with all of you guys and you. And we had a really good time. So it was a highlight. You know, I got to tell you.
And you were there.
And you were there. And you were there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And it extended my Halloween season. And now I have a new tradition with all my people.
And will you, so based on the 2024 experience, do you think you will be joining us in 2025?
For sure. Obviously, I'll be there.
One ticket
with my bad dance moves.
Or are you going to?
No, I'm a full commit. So it's the best value. Yeah. I'll be there. Hopefully.
I will be there. Yeah. Chol?
It's Halloween Horror Nights.
It's Halloween Horror Nights for me.
It's Ghostbusters. It's the Rocks from Hell cheese bites and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man s'mores. Thank you.
Yeah, honestly.
It was a corn dog for me.
I was going to say, Hannah, highlight of my year is the scarring of my internal arteries from the Slimer Korean corn dog at Halloween Horror Nights.
I had to buy new pants. None of them fit now.
Oh, I thought it was for a different reason. And I was like, baby.
Sounds like a personal experience.
Okie dokie.
Pack your Tums.
Pack your Tums, pack your shorts. That was definitely a highlight. I also, I don't know. I really liked I don't know that either of the two of you have experienced it yet. Maybe you did. I really enjoyed the red and green coconut this year.
Oh, I haven't been yet. I almost went yesterday. So
it's really cute.
I'd be like, we can go after this, but it's not open on Mondays or Tuesdays, and that's when we are recording.
Darn
this.
it!
So yeah. I am going to try and go before I leave for the holidays. Though,
yeah, same. Okay,
let us know.
My boy, it's my boy Earl the Squirrels.
Earl the Squirrel.
Time, so. Hey,
can I add another one?
Yeah.
DreamWorks Land for that for my kid, that was a game changer for Universal because I don't know if you knew this, before that there was nothing for kids to do there, and that place is off the chain. It is a good time. It's also
Fievel's mouth out your mouth.
Sorry, bye. Boom, bye.
Also, can we listen to the statement I just said? Get Fievel's mouth out your mouth.
Oh, I've been smooching Fievel.
You've been smooching. I watched Home Alone 2 last night. Not
You've been
to derail
my
us.
sister or whatever.
Al,
oh yeah,
like Phil, and it cuts down to me. It's a lie. That's my favorite part.
Yes.
The only other thing I think of this year personally with Universal is the hype for Epic Universe, because this is the year that we got all of the information on each of the portals, each of the lands that are coming to the park, the hotels, and I know we're going to talk about
we got that preview
today.
center. Yeah.
Yes, the
That's
preview
cool.
center. That's right. Oh, that was great for any theme park fan to see like a huge scale model of a brand new theme park coming to Orlando is just such a big deal for our geekiness.
I have two that kind of go together.
I think now I have like 12 more. Keep going.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, you go ahead.
The Mega Movie Parade.
Yes.
I think was the absolute like number one highlight for me. I love that parade. I love seeing the return of Ghostbusters because they were also featured in the show. The I can't remember the name of it right now.
The Lagoon Show.
The Lagoon
Yeah.
Show.
Yes.
And love seeing the drones of a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the Ghostbusters. So I just think that was so cool. But what went hand in hand with that was the tribute store that is still, as of recording this, around, which is
it is. Yeah.
themed to a video rental store, an arcade, and a movie theater. And I honestly love like just watching people experience that for the first time. It's just really cool to see people like go through and really see what Universal Creative and that sort of storytelling team can do with retail spaces, because it is something that I think is unmatched for them.
I would agree. Universal's good at that. It's like it's a little like a little, I wouldn't say mini Halloween Horror Nights, but that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like the sets and the props from that.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives me hope for Universal. I gotta be honest, like, I mean, I know this is a Universal show, but like, I'm not always a Universal pass holder. And it's those kind of things like the parade and the tribute store that I was like, all right, I like this, because IPs, like, I'm gonna be honest, the Minions, they don't do much for me, but throwback IPs, that does. So I was excited to see that. I'm a Jaws girly, so that was my highlight.
I also think the opening of that like Wicked retail experience. Look at her, Miss Wicked. I just think that again is another really cool experience. It's got I feel like it's going to be around for at least another year, because the second part of the movie comes out at the end of 2025. But that is a Universal film, and I do think that it's really cool how that was incorporated. I know they were doing limited time meet and greets in there, which was cool. Hopefully those return. But there are props, or I don't know if they're actually props or just like replicas. I think they're replicas.
Yeah, I think they're replicas,
from the film. But again, another cool experience that really brings like, that's what Universal is. It's the love of movies, and they just do that so well in their parks. So
agreed.
A lot to look for, like a lot of fun. Also, the Lagoon Show was pretty great too. That also came out this year. So
Yes, and also
so good. I remember its name right off the top of my head.
There you go.
Yeah.
A little tip for you. I found out last week while I was at Red and Green Coconut Club. Highlight with a highlight. You have an excellent view of the drones from the top floor of the Red Green Coconut Club outside. You can see straight across, and you see those little drones and some of the fireworks, and it's really cute.
It's the
I
reason
would've
why
guessed that.
I cannot
Good
remember
tip.
the name of it is because it's Cinesational.
Oh, right.
Because we didn't know if it was Cinesational or Sensational.
In like that
yeah.
Epcot Lagoon Show font.
Yeah. You can also get a really good view of it from right outside of that Rip Ride rocket part where it goes through the old Ghostbusters facade.
Oh,
We learned that one night. And then also from the parking lot of our studio.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I learned that one night as
Right
well.
around here.
Literally, right where I parked my car, I barked, and I was like, is that Transformers?
Yeah.
I could see the symbol.
Help.
Like right between two buildings. It's like
Right.
framed. And
They
I
were
was
calling you. They were trying to call your car.
I know.
I was like, I gotta go.
What I am hopefully excited about is the continuation of the Mega Movie Parade into 2025, and I feel like the Ecto 1 debuted
Late.
in the last like week of the parade, so it
Yeah.
leads me to believe that it
coming.
will still be coming. And also,
Yeah.
what's really cool about, if you didn't see the Ecto 1 debut, and hopefully if the parade returns, we can go and record a new version of it. It had the gunner seat from Afterlife in it, and it was like covered in mini puffs, and it was just like it's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're
Yeah, it
so
was fun.
cute.
Yeah. So 2025, lots to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's Universal's year.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, right off the back in January, we've got the opening of one of the 3 brand new resorts joining the Orlando Resort family of hotels, and we'll be there covering the opening of it.
Stella Nova, January 21st.
Thank God you said it because I can never remember which one's
I
first.
get it wrong every time.
I would have put money it was Terra Nova.
I only remember because it's my grandmother's name.
Stella!
Yeah, Stella. And also I remember the next one is Terra Luna, which is like Land of the Moon. Terra Luna.
Because you're a lunatic for it.
Yeah. Okay, call me out.
All right,
yeah,
Luna.
she's an alien.
Space freak
Luna
over
love
here.
good.
Yeah, so Stella Nova opens January 21st.
Up to no good.
Give me space. Then we have March 25th, Terra Luna, which is the sister resort to Stella Nova. And of course, May 22nd, Fritz Bernays. Epic Universe and Universal Helios Grand Hotel open on May 22nd of next year.
I know. So we do have reservations at each one of the opening of all 3 of the hotels. So I do believe we will also be at the opening of the park. So it's something to look forward to for coverage for us, but also for the experience, because whether I still have this job or not by then,
What was
or
that
whether
about?
any of us do.
So ominous.
No, I just mean, like, let's say it all crashed down tomorrow. Like, let's say, this building collapsed and
Oh, God.
and whatever
Wow.
something. I don't
Okay.
mean to say it like that, but
Happy New Year.
I am
still got the theme
still
parks.
like looking forward to this as a fan. Like, remove the
Yeah.
job, remove the whatever. I just think it's such a cool time because this will be my first time. Like, I didn't know anything
experiencing
about
it
Animal
new.
Kingdom opening. I didn't know. I mean,
didn't,
we had done the safari at Six Flags in New Jersey, so my mom thought it was the same thing, and she was like, "We don't need to go." Like,
Oh,
so we
no.
never. I didn't go till 2003. No, when I came for grad night in 2003, I
Yeah.
don't think I even went then. I didn't go until I moved here in 2007.
Yeah, and none of us were Californians for DCA in 2001. So.
No, I hadn't been
Yeah,
to
I
Disneyland
know.
until
Yeah.
2015. So
Yep.
even the relaunch of it, I missed that. So it was like, for me, this is the first time a major theme park has opened. I mean, it was cool to see the opening of, what is the water park called?
Oh,
Volcano Bay.
Yeah.
I was going to call it Festival
And-
Bay, and I'm like, that's a mall that is no longer exists.
Oh, that's
fine.
funny.
Well,
It's
the
actually a
the
place.
really exciting thing about this too is that Universal has had their studios parks around the world, and Islands of Adventure back in that was 2000, right? 99, whatever that was. Islands of Adventure was like their first exploration into something else besides a studios park.
You sure it wasn't 98?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe.
Go ahead. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but this is the first theme park that or that Universal has done in decades, where they're really able to play with the IPs that they have a hold of, and that's just, I don't know, for us as theme parks fans and theme park fans in this modern day and age of immersion and what they can do with their creativity, we're excited.
It was 99, you're right, because this year
99.
is its 25th anniversary, which was weird because they
Yes.
didn't really...
They had a T-shirt and a sweatshirt and a magnet or something. It wasn't really.
So weird. 25 is a
that's
pretty
how it
big
goes now.
accomplishment.
I wanted a Cake Castle lighthouse. Thank you. did not Cake Castle.
Oh
a
my
cake
gosh.
lighthouse. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I think one of the coolest things to look forward to with the opening of Epic Universe in May is, like you said, them playing with the IPs, but also like the fact that like the things I think a lot of us have come to love about Universal and the way they listen to their like sort of annual pass holders or repeat guests is that they love those sort of like cherished classic IPs and experiences. So I don't want to be like, oh, well, so I love that this park seems to represent a little bit of like both. So
Right.
it'll have
Yeah.
it'll have a truly great like all ages area in the form of like Super Mario World or How to Train Your Dragon, the Isle of Berk. But then with the Monsters area, that does really be like, we do celebrate horror because we originated like horror in film and in the theme parks and that sort of thing. So we are going to lean a little bit older, a little bit younger. It feels like this feels very, I don't know, cool, cohesive. There's going to be like a little bit of something for everybody. Because also I don't want to discount Celestial Park, which has like the dueling coasters, which is also really cool.
Right. I think that's what I like about Epic Universe is it's just kind of unhinged. It's kind of like, and they can, I like that because it doesn't pigeonhole you into a theme per se. So like, yeah, I mean, you have Mario and you have Universal Monsters and you have Harry Potter. Like,
And How to
you
Train
can,
Your Dragon and a whole original space themed like central land.
Well, I love
Yeah,
that. I
I
love
like that.
space is kind of the thing because you're like, well, that doesn't really go out of fashion. I
Yeah.
mean, we are a planet floating in space, but also it is called Universal. So it's like, well, we might as well lean into the universal part of
Universe.
it. And
Right,
like,
yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, it kind of feels timeless. Like it could ebb and flow, but space is always a thing that's always like, it's always
Wow,
cool.
that
so
was kind of
shut
deep,
up,
Ryno.
everybody.
Wow.
Something else that's happening next year is Universal's first year-round horror experience, too.
Oh, I am. I think.
Are we going to Vegas?
Well, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing. I think
maybe.
it's like theme park first, and then that's like immediately. It's like
That would be
right
your number
close
two?
to it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because we do know the 4 houses that are
Yes.
going to be represented at least in the first iteration of this. We've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's Scarecrow the Reaping. There was
Universal
a
Monsters.
Monsters, and then. The fourth one which was kind of the curveball, I feel like, was The Exorcist Believer.
Yeah.
But I do think it was a
can
good house. I
rotate out,
still
too.
haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think eventually they are going to have to rotate it out. But
Yeah.
I think those houses will at least spend a good year or more
Yeah. And
there, maybe.
it's the 4 houses, and there's like areas in between each one. So there's like, gift shop opportunities for probably like little tiny tribute store kind of experiences. We've got bars and food stops, but in the concept art, we also saw Jack the Clown and Chance, which is huge to have those iconic icons, if you will, over at that destination.
Well,
So-
and because they're not really at Hollywood, right? I don't think they've ever really been. And I
they
could be
have their
wrong, but
own-
I don't
They
think.
have
you
their
know.
own. I forget his name. He's some clown icon that takes over the terror tram sometimes, from what I've seen. I don't know. I forget his name.
Is that clown's name Craig Williams? Just kidding. Deep cut. He ain't going to watch this. He don't listen. He don't listen.
No, I forget his name. But no, Jack is like an Orlando creation. So that's pretty exciting that he's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Going to Vegas.
Yeah. Baby, he's taking that vacation money. It's like when they write the movies in Hawaii just to take a vacation in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah,
Jack was
right.
like,
Okay, Adam
Smart.
Sandler.
I know,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But I do. That's one thing where, like, invited or not, I'm going.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
that would be
going.
fun.
I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope they're not waiting. I hope. Excuse me. I hope that. I hope they don't wait until the Halloween season to open it. I kind of hope it opens like in the summer.
Yeah,
or
summer
something.
would be perfect
Yeah.
for that. Like, yeah, maybe after Epic and
Well, I
before
want them to
Halloween Horror
really
Nights starts.
nail the idea that it's year round. And I
Right,
think
yeah.
opening it in a seasonal area might give the impression that it's like in that season. Does that make sense? But
Yeah.
I also understand it. It's why you release a Christmas movie, around the Christmas season. But then they've always tried to release Halloween movies in July, and they never seem to do very well. But
Yeah, I think they'll open it when they can.
Yeah.
I
You
also,
know?
to play kind of devil's advocate here, I really want to go early on and within the first year, because who knows how long it's going to last in that iteration, whether or not they rotate things out or whether or not they figure out that, hey, this isn't that successful year round.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I definitely make it a point to go out there early for that.
Well, I think another thing, I don't think its opening date has been announced, but it's kind of one of those things
Next
where like
year.
Epic Universe has drawn so much attention
Right.
that it was that, but then also the park in Texas.
Oh,
That's
I know.
2026. But
Yeah, and that's crazy to think. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that one's definitely geared more towards families, especially
I'm
younger
going.
families and stuff.
If there's a
And I was
SpongeBob land like hinted at in the concept art, girl, you know I'm going to be there.
she wants a Krabby Patty.
I want a Krabby Patty from the Krusty Krab.
I get that. I feel that's why I love the seeing Shrek.
Yeah.
at DreamWorks Land. It's the
Oh, I
same thing. It's for
know.
the parents.
Dream come true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for the kids. It's for the parents.
I've been
But-
waiting 20 years for that Shrek land.
I went and got a hot dog there wrapped in a pretzel.
Was it good? I haven't had that yet. Is it good?
I split it with Chloe.
Did you like
okay.
it?
It's really. Maybe I was hungry. It was really good.
Oh, okay, she's like real good. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's things I look forward to. Obviously, Halloween Horror Nights. Now we don't know the dates for this year in Orlando. We don't know any of the houses or the details. However, the Twitter was recently a little active, and I was like, you could start hinting. But this last year, they didn't hint for a long time. It was kind of really a lot later than I feel like they normally do, or at least like announcing more of the houses. So we'll just have to wait and see. But Hollywood's has been announced the dates for that, right, Chloe?
Yes. It is starting September 4th and going through November 2nd.
And I do believe this year's started at least a week after ours. So if
I mean, that's still pretty much on par because ours started August 29th and September 4th is like a good 6 days.
well,
If we're still doing like if we still continue the tradition. I mean, look at
No, I have it right here.
2025 for Florida.
So the 2025 August calendar, that Friday before is the 29th.
That's
And
Yeah.
then
yeah.
like so the next week, that Friday would be the 5th. So if Halloween Horror Nights starts on a Thursday,
Gotta
for them
be.
it's the 4th.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like such a popular event. Even with Epic Universe opening, that I don't think that'd change that. Also, the other thing that's crazy about Epic Universe is like the other parks are going to be very busy because for most people, the only way to experience it is by booking a package, which includes one day at Epic Universe. So I don't know. So that kind of I could go either way on that, but I'm kind of hopeful
That's
for
for
maybe
now.
some new experiences, even if it's just like like an additional tribute store or something like that, because I do think it's going to be probably the most crowded we have seen this parks in at least 5 years.
I think we'll see a return for sure of like the Mega Movie Parade, the Lagoon show, maybe some updates or something to try and get people excited about going back to those parks. But yeah, I know like it feels like they've had a big special project every year.
yeah, I agree.
I so if I were a betting man, I would say August 29th through November 2nd because
Florida.
Yeah.
Halloween's on a Friday, 2025, baby. So.
Oh, man.
my goodness. Halloween parties gonna be popping
Oh
off.
heck yeah, baby! Okay, but way before that, I definitely got ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
There is a festival that is kind of mind blowing to think about. Is right around the corner, which is Universal Mardi Gras.
February 3rd through April 7th, 2025, we have Universal Studios Florida Mardi Gras.
We don't know any of the acts yet. I don't
No
believe
food either.
No,
No.
food. Yeah. The last like couple of years, they've had the parade nightly.
Right.
That's still a thing. Throwing beads.
Did they say that already?
I think that was like one of the original announcement like hints. They showed a parade float and the beads thing was like it's
But you're
a
saying
quintessential
nightly.
thing.
Oh, I'm saying nightly
nightly.
because
Right,
nightly is
yeah,
new.
yeah.
That's in the last like 2 years. It was
Yeah, I
only
don't-
nightly.
Oh, I can't
like,
make
2
any
years
guarantees
ago,
there, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it's going to be.
because that's a big deal. I feel like the parade
Yeah,
being
it is.
every night of the week is a
Yeah.
big deal. The concerts are usually reserved for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see that lineup. I'm sure that's like just around the corner, but it's always very exciting.
Come on, Sugar Ray.
Well,
I love
they've
Sugar.
gotten-
Don't even play, girl.
they've gotten Kelly Clarkson twice, and like
Okay.
so it's one of those where I
I've
try to
seen
be
the
like,
Beach Boys there, and that was a good time because John Stamos came out, and
When was that?
And he played forever.
yeah,
That
it was 2 years ago,
20
Pre-COVID?
No, it's like
2 or 3 years ago. It was
I didn't
post
have a
COVID.
kid. That's all
Oh,
I remember.
wow.
So it was a good
Are
time.
you sure?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, because I was supposed to go with Craig, and he was like, John Stamos is probably going to come out.
Oh no,
And I,
was,
said, yeah, but I think I traveled on that day. I might have been
That's so
went to
fun.
Disneyland. Or
I
something.
know.
love that.
I was with the artist formerly known as Steve Porter
Hmm.
and Michaela. So
It's one of those where I just like throw the curveball out, and I'm like, who do you think the big get would be this year?
Flo Rida. No, I'm just kidding. He's
Chapel
Pitbull.
Roan.
Chapel
No,
Roan.
no,
She's too big now,
Yeah,
but
I
if they
know,
booked her
right?
like
no, you can't say too big. Kelly Clarkson,
Yeah.
the first time she performed there, and I'm not saying Kelly Clarkson isn't an enormous get today, but I'm talking like this was Kelly Clarkson, her Not My December, the album after that had just come out.
Oh.
And so that was like a big deal.
Yeah, there you go.
And then she performed there again.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like, that's a big.
Do you
That
think she'll play Hot to Go?
I have never seen the park as full as it was when Kelly Clarkson performed there. I think it was at
I'm
past
sure.
capacity.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'd throw money. If I were to like pull a name out of a hat and be like, who do I think could be
Pitbull.
a get? No, like legitimately, serious
Okay,
question.
uh-huh.
Sabrina Carpenter.
No, they can't pull Sabrina
Are
Carpenter.
you okay?
went to Halloween
I'm going to repeat this again.
No, absolutely not.
Kelly Clarkson, at the height of her career,
Times were
performed.
different then. Times were different then.
Sabrina Carpenter went to Halloween Horror Nights.
She did go, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. She has been a fan
Not
of the
bet.
thing.
All right,
So I'm like,
I'll throw it
I
in
don't
on
know.
that. Yeah, she ain't coming.
Well, I haven't
She's
heard
got a
anybody
holiday
else make a
special on
guess.
Netflix.
We know
I said Pitbull. I said Flo Rida. I said Beach Boys.
I mean, those are probably
Yeah, they're probably gonna be there.
actually going to be there. But
Who's somebody else like that?
I don't know. I've seen some good shows there, but we have more things to look forward to
Yeah.
after that because following so after obviously after Mardi Gras, we then move into the opening of Epic Universe. And then do we know anything else about any other?
No, we can kind of guesstimate that they might be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws this summer because
Oh, yes.
that's a pretty big anniversary date for them, and I feel like they could definitely do a Jaws themed tribute store at the very least and new merchandise collection, but there hasn't been anything official yet. We're just speculating.
Well, that's why I'm like, keep the tribute store how you have it. And then like, I feel like it's leaning a little heavier into Ghostbusters than the other stuff. So then lean into Jaws.
No.
There's a whole Jaws
no.
room.
As a Jaws fan, no, we need our own.
Yeah, turn the store that's at Mummy, the tribute store that was Halloween.
Oh,
Horror
you
Nights
wanted
and
to,
Holiday.
okay.
Like, just like we had the Jurassic
Like
Park
when we had the
tribute store.
Jurassic Park
Yeah.
one.
Right,
But the Jurassic
absolutely.
Park tribute store was where the movie theater tribute
Right,
store is
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you're probably going to have to get rid of that.
Jurassic Park was at Hollywood. Jurassic World, right?
No.
What am I thinking of?
Jurassic World was in
Jurassic World was in
New York.
Hollywood.
Or Hollywood, yes, sorry.
New York.
No.
New York.
New York, I always get the two
I know, me
locations
too.
mixed up. Yeah, in New York.
Hollywood had
Jurassic Park. I
30th.
remember because I met
Yeah.
somebody who watches and listens to the show right at the entrance, and
Yeah.
and it was like right in front of the dark room.
I feel like that'd be perfect.
Okay.
You can keep the video and then turn over Mardi Gras into a Jaws summer one at the
Yeah, it's a Jaws summer,
New
baby.
York location.
Shark Week.
And then we have Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights. We've guessed that. Okay, I'll ask this question
Yeah.
before we jump forward too far. If you could get a house, what's on your wish list? Give me one house that you're like, please, this would be my like bucket list Halloween Horror Night house. Give it to me.
You go first.
Me first. All right.
Don't know.
It would never happen. Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, what a curveball!
I know.
Not scary at
'Cause
all.
I know, but I just love that movie. So I'm like, make it an IP campy.
Well,
That would be
here's what
so
I'll tell
fun.
you.
Okay.
I'll bring the ambrosia salad.
Yes, me too.
Wow, what
right?
they could do with that food booth. That'd be so
That's
fun.
what I'm telling you. Yeah, girl.
Does sound fun.
So
the shish kebabs. I thought you said this was shish kebab.
my dream.
He's the devil. Sorry, I watched it recently.
I know.
I did too. It's a good Christmas movie.
It
The
is.
score of that movie is gorgeous. and
Danny
also,
Elfman.
we forget, I think, like, the younger brother is from Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Anthony Michael Hall is the
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
guy. And it's just one of those movies where you're like, Alan Arkin's the dad. Come on. Darn this stuff. Diane
this
Weiss.
stuff.
Come on.
So good.
That movie's great.
All right, so I made a good choice.
My dream
Well, no.
answer.
I don't think you did, but that's fine.
My dream answer that is probably not going to happen is Alien Romulus. I would absolutely love to see that as a house, especially after seeing A
Girl,
Quiet
give me
Place this
any
year.
alien. Did you?
I know.
I don't think Chloe, because I think you said you started getting into Halloween Horror Nights in like 2018.
Yeah, I know there was an Alien versus Predator.
Yeah,
house,
and so what's wild about that Alien versus Predator house? So this was before I went like frequently, but I definitely
Yeah.
went. And I remember it was a house that you had to bend over to go through it. You had to, because there's a part where you had to duck under
down.
something. Yeah.
Ooh, I love
Oh, that's
that.
scary.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my God, I'd be on the
and
ground,
that was the
though.
big thing where they were like, "Well, what do you do with somebody pushing a wheelchair when they go through the house?"
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
like you had to like take a
duck
different
underneath
turn,
with
but
them.
it was like I
Wow.
kind of that was before I would open my eyes all the way through. So I remember being like,
and now you go through the
too
house
scared to open my eyes. It was a
Aw.
scary house.
Aw, right
I
now.
did see the Alien. It was also an Alien versus Predator house, I think, in Hollywood.
Yeah, I believe so.
In
It was a
2015, I
bi-coastal
went,
thing.
and that one had the Queen in like a
Whoa.
shed.
I need to watch some YouTube videos.
Huge. It was incredible.
Can
That's
Universal
cool.
I
and
think I
Disney
have
just
a
make
video.
friends? Like Disney's obviously not going to do a walkthrough Alien attraction. Like just make money off each other. Just make it happen. Come on, you know.
So what about
Yeah,
yours?
what would you
Ryno?
like?
Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins.
yeah, of
that would be so
course.
good.
Because I do love the Christmas crossover idea. And I do love a puppet house because I
Yes.
loved, I love American Werewolf in London. I
Okay.
didn't see the original. I saw the second time they did it, and it was incredible. I feel like they used a lot of puppets in something recently too, though.
Chucky.
Chucky and A Quiet Place.
Yeah, Chucky, but then also I feel like the Tooth Fairy house used a little bit of that. I mean, obviously, I guess Alien versus Predator used the puppets and stuff. Like, so I think it can be done. You know what I mean? You get a lot of people screaming and shaking the gremlins. It's literally how they filmed the movie. But But the problem is, I
would
think
like that.
Universal and Warner Brothers have a little bit of a beef or something. I don't know what happened, but they had Beetlejuice. It's not outside of the realm of possibility.
I'm so sad I missed that.
I feel like Warner Brothers is more likely than a Disney partnership, unfortunately. But I would really love a Scooby-Doo, like, dark fun house.
I'm
yeah,
100%. I mean, there's no question of that to me. Like, I think, Chloe, I've asked you this before. I don't think you have. Have you watched the Supernatural episode of Scooby-Doo?
No, I need to.
Oh, I haven't either. You brought us up.
You don't have to have watched Supernatural. You don't have to be caught up because, like, literally, it's kind of a one-off episode. But the episode is a phenomenal episode of both shows somehow. But it is them. The best part about it is, like, I think you should watch it because I think they confront a lot of real world issues in it that like I was like, well, this is why a Halloween Horror Nights house would work, because like one of them breaks their arms and they're like, oh my god, we can die. Like so it's them having the realization that all the stuff they investigate is real and having like a breakdown about halfway through the episode. So it's like Sam and Dean trying to talk them off a ledge and everything. It's really funny. It's a really good episode. But hey,
I'd
love a Supernatural house.
Hey, there you go.
15 seasons of a show. You telling me you can't pull like 10 monsters out of that and do a house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put some angels in there. Put some stuff in there. Yeah. Oh my god.
Talk about creative.
Yeah. That's a Warner Brothers TV show too, though.
I know.
They got to get on it.
Well, we also have the holidays at Universal Studios Orlando Resort. We don't know. I don't know if it was confirmed or not that it's coming back, but we can bank on that.
Yeah,
back.
come on. Yeah.
Here's the reason why I'm very excited for this season.
Tell me.
We have a brand new theme park to experience it in.
Right. And so what's that going to look like?
And 3 brand new resorts. Like
Christmas in space.
Well, I'm also excited for that because what is Halloween going to look like at Spreads Through Resort? I mean, I know that Islands of Adventure, we don't get a ton of things, but we have the boutique that's over there.
Yeah.
So like, and at all the resorts this year, they had photo ops. So
Dark
I'm like,
Universe during Halloween time, though.
I know. I wonder. I bet they're not going to do anything though. That's what my gut says.
That's fine. I just want to be there.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I still. I'm not going to derail us too much, but I just hope it's like dark and spooky there all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because all the concept art is like dark and gloomy, and that's not what it looks like.
Well, did you see the video of like somebody being like, they're testing the lighting on the windmill? And I was like spinning around, and it was like also
because it's just catch on fire. Right?
I saw before we got started today. I saw BioReconstruct, who is always doing the aerial views. They did one at night, and they show the Super Nintendo world like lit up, and I'm like, oh my god, this looks really cool at night. Because I've been to Universal Hollywood's one at night, and it was really cool. But like, you can see the whole Donkey Kong area in this theming, and I was like, but also,
I'm excited about that.
It is one of those where I'm like, ooh, this land looks tiny.
I've heard it's tiny.
That's my problem.
Is it?
It's tiny in Japan
Just
and
like
it's tiny in Hollywood. No, it's bigger than Hollywood's because ours is 2 levels and Hollywood's is only a little bit 2 levels.
That was the thing that struck me most was I was like, I can't enjoy like you can't
when it's too full. You can't. Do anything.
I want to soak it in. But
I've also heard Dark Universe is really small. Like from basically what you see is what you get in the concept art. But I don't care. I'm excited, and there's room to expand. You know.
Right.
Yeah. And we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
So, and you know what? I'm the sad thing is I don't know how many times I'm gonna get to go next year because it's not like we're gonna have an annual pass to it.
Yeah, that is the thing. This does require a lot of planning involved to be able to visit this brand new theme park because I believe Hannah said it earlier in the episode that there aren't individual days to purchase. You have to buy it as part of like a 3-day ticket. That you have to get. So basically, if you're like, well, I just want to go the one day, I think as of recording this could change. They could just have first priority, wait until it gets closer, and then open up the 1-day tickets to fill in the gap, which very much is probably going to be maybe a reality. But I mean, I think maybe the first month it'll be full enough. I mean, here's the thing. Universal. Universal. I was starting to say Hollywood. When Harry Potter opened at Universal, I don't know how many of us remember that, but like the aerial views of the hours, I was at the opening of Diagon Alley as just like a guest, like because I lived down the street, like, and it was like 6-hour wait to get in. But I was up at like when the parking garage opened to be able to get in. Like I was actually in a photo posted by the official Universal Resort before I worked here. I'm at a table with all my friends and we're all like, it's a good picture of all of us too. And I was
cool.
like, so it was like whenever that opened, that was like right after I had graduated. And it was a really cool experience. But being one of those people who would have waited for like hours. I mean, it was already. I wouldn't do it nowadays. I'd be like,
yeah, I'm too old. Too tired.
I can't do it, baby. These bones don't do that no more.
I think though. I mean, that was like such a different time. Like we use virtual queues now and all these things. So I am hoping for a better experience. But it's a very interesting time to be a theme park fan. And I'm excited to see what this means for the parks here in Orlando, even just for crowds and just, it's going to be busy next year, guys.
I am just very excited. There's lots to look forward to. I think I just want to mention before we finish up here that Universal Hollywood has a lot of really, really cool offerings, and they have put out like basically their guide for the year for it. And they have these new things called Universal Fan Nights, right? Coming.
Oh, yeah.
She's spaced out.
I'm sorry.
We're excited about these.
Yeah.
I don't have the list of the exact IPs on here, but there's
when
select
does it
nights
start?
April 25th through May 18th. And I know there was Back to the Future, Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime I'm not familiar with. I'm sorry. I know it's very popular. There was Star Trek. There's going to be a Harry Potter fan fest.
There's a Back to the Future one.
Back to the Future.
Did you say Back to the Future?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's what I'm in my head. All
That's
I'm
like the
picturing is
biggest
Back to the
one.
Future.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was like,
well, the craziest one to me is Dungeons and Dragons is like kind of the curveball. Those ones where I'm like, you don't have anything in the park to represent this. Star Trek. But also, Star Trek was rumored for Universal Studios Florida for forever.
Oh, really?
For
Yeah. I don't
years.
think I knew that.
Yeah.
And I kind of still hope they
It could
do
still
the
be a
partnership
thing.
because,
Absolutely.
I mean, well, think about how easy. I don't want to say how easy, but think about it would be pretty like you could do a simulator shuttle ride. It would be basically their version of Star Tours.
Well, this just has such
Easy
a
enough.
large fan base, and
Right.
there's so much
Or
to
Rise of
pull
Resistance.
from.
Yeah, we're talking like 50 years of a or
Yes.
I think it's 60 at this point of a franchise where you're like it could scramble and pull from any
true.
any of them and pull out a couple fan favorite actors or storylines or whatever and stuff. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love Star Trek and I love like the modern Star Trek and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So
what
I
Be
can't
with
do that.
you.
Fun fact about me.
No,
Not-
try it. Let's see.
Okay.
wait, is it
For the
is it supposed
video
to, I think
watchers
it's
only.
supposed to be like your thumb is close though.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Got
It's
it.
like I can't do my left
do it.
hand.
I know I can't. Look.
I can't do the left hand.
This. Yeah. No.
It's
not
hard.
tricky.
They like go
Sorry.
forward. The right hand I can go right.
Okay, she in the club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nerds.
Okay, so the two I'm looking forward to the most of that are like I'm like borderline like do I just go
Yeah. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future and Star
Yeah.
Trek?
Star Trek. Yeah. Obviously.
One or the other where I'm like,
Hey, we could stop over in Vegas. Well, no, it won't be. Maybe not be open. We don't know.
whoa, we don't know yet.
Wouldn't that be cool? We could do a stopover and just keep on going, baby. Win some sweet cash.
Well, I'm wondering what they're gonna do that is going to warrant what I'm assuming is at least the price of a 1-day ticket.
I'm sure it is.
Right? Like, even if it's literally like, so if it's Star Trek and they build the set of like the Enterprise that you can go on, okay, that's it.
No,
like, I'm not
but
trying to
it's
be
out
like
in
that. You know?
Hollywood. You know they're going to have special appearances.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
they're
I
gonna
bet
have
it's going to be a lot of
celebrities there.
actors and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
It'll be interesting.
Merchandise.
This is a big deal because this is a first especially for Hollywood. I feel like it's a.
you know
Yeah,
what?
it's the
I
first
hope-
ever of its kind.
Yeah.
I hope it's super successful.
Me too.
And then Walt Disney World is like, Star Wars weekends, bring it back. Probably not, but something like that. I do
Just
feel like
at
the
least-
park should
Oh, see, I just wanted
do-
Universal Florida to do the same
Right,
thing.
that
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
just
yeah.
ship the sets over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Maybe.
want more like hard ticketed events over here, like in the style of Disneyland's.
We don't have any.
I know.
We don't have
We
any
don't
in
have
Orlando.
any.
Period. Not talking
not
about Walt
like
Disney World
that.
because this is Universal.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Disney
have Mardi
World
Gras.
still has them, but we don't really. But it's not hard
But
ticket. It's included with your
it's
pass.
Yeah.
So I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm begging them to make more expensive events. Their first tiptoe into it though was the Universal one the night before it opened.
Yes.
That extra horror thing, and I'm interested to see if that'll return this year. I told myself if it does, I think I'm gonna try it.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's going to. I heard it didn't do that well.
Well, from my guess is it was like not my guess. From what I saw was like it was like empty.
Yeah.
And that's where
which
I'm
is
like-
nice for people there. But
I was going to say, yeah.
It was a
sounds pretty
little.
good.
I'm not saying the price was insane, but I watched somebody who like literally added it up, and they were like, "It's coming out to be about $50 less than if you had bought Express plus this." And then he's like, "And I'm going to do the math about the food I ate." And he was like, so this is how much I spent, and then this is how much this event was. So it's like somewhere between 50 to 100 more. So it was that like gamble where he's like, as a
that's pretty
creator, it was worth it,
close.
but not as a
Right,
as a
that's
guest. He
close
was like, you have to
enough.
weigh it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. But
hear
going
ya.
through the houses by yourself, that's like a really niche like fan thing.
Well, I don't know
Oh,
if I
yeah.
can handle that. I'm not
Oh,
brave.
I don't think I can. I think I'm
Insidious?
I'm like too stressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You always go
Well-
first in the houses, so you brave, baby.
Also, the thing you have to think about that too is that's the first night of the event for houses and the actors and everything. I mean, besides like some rehearsals, and usually with something like HHN, it gets better as time goes on.
Right.
Like the actors get used to their scare, and the house is
Yeah.
just like
That's a
has this
good point.
energy. So going on that very first premium preview night, it's not going to be the same as like a month and a half
full
into the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
Well, cool. Well, I mean, it's very clear that we're excited. We're fans. You're UO fans. You could say, wow, the name of the website.
wow, how'd you do that?
So if you want to learn more about the offerings at Universal Orlando Resort, you can head over to uofan.com. And if you are thinking about booking a vacation in 2025, which is a great time to visit Universal Orlando Resort for a lot of the reasons we said, but also if you're thinking about visiting before the opening of Epic Universe, like, hey, I want to come down pre-Mardi Gras or something like that, or as part of Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
because we thought this is why we thought the hotel would open when it was. There is an excellent offer right now for a dining card that can be up to $1,000.
yeah, you've got just like 2 more weeks to book that.
You have to book it by the end of the year, right?
Yeah, you do. So, but that is maybe the best theme park deal I've seen in a couple of years.
I mean,
So-
combine that. Let's say you're only I'm speaking from my experience. Let's say you're like a family of, not a family. Let's say you're 4 friends who are like, hey, we want to
Yeah.
go down, whatever. Stay at one of the resorts that offer the express pass,
Right, 'cause
included in
that's
that
a big
stay.
value.
Oh, that's like $100.
Oh,
like
I know.
$200 worth a
So I
person. The
priced
hotel's
it
free
out.
at that
Yeah, I
point.
priced out the other day. The express pass for the day was $200. So if you have family of 4 friends, whatever, 200 times 4, the hotel doesn't cost $800.
Yeah,
and
right.
you're getting that dining credit on top of that. So honestly, for me, unless you are, a huge fan, I'm like, do a trip early this year, and you could do a trip early next year too, and see
Yeah.
Epic.
Mm-hmm.
So, or if you're a huge fan like us, you'll be there for both. So.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I was like, it's just something to think about because that food card could really, the fact that it's like, whatever you're getting from it, it's kind of like it takes a big burden off. That's a lot of money to me. I'm not even trying to say it to sell it. I'm legit like, that's a
Right.
crazy offer.
Yeah.
Because
You got to eat, and you want to try all that cool theme park food, and that includes Mardi Gras too, with all the cool festival carnival foods.
yeah, well, let's see what they bring back this year for those food booths because
Yeah.
I'm always excited to try all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll be there. We'll be here. We'll be reporting on it. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for having this conversation.
Thank
If you
you.
like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Of course, leave us comments with things that you're excited about for 2025, things that you loved about 2024, things that you want to see us cover or talk about in the 2025 season. That would be absolutely wonderful. We love an assisted show topic. And if you are listening to this, please rate and review the podcast wherever, whenever, and wherever you do that. And just a big thank you for the continued support throughout the year. I know there were some big changes at the DIS Unlimited in 2024, and we're still here. And we're still going, and hopefully
And we still love you.
still having fun. We still love you. Thank you for loving me. Yeah. So that is going to do it. We hope that everybody has a safe and happy New Year, a safe and happy holiday, and we will see you in 2025.
Whoa.
But remember, be excellent to each other.